Welcome to Eternal Elements Learning Podcast brought to you by Atyasa Online. These podcasts are a part of the audio certificate programs on Atyasa Online. You're free to take these podcasts on your desired portal also, should you only wish to learn on the go. Thank you so much for engaging on these podcasts, and you can connect with the author on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Welcome back. This is Niket Karajagi from Eternal Elements, brought to you by Atyasa Online, talking about leadership behaviors. We spoke about how do you create high-performance teams. But you cannot create high-performance teams, you can't empower teams for stretched goals unless and until you develop them. Therefore, a leader who's aiming to assist and support the team to deliver performance has to also take the responsibility of developing the team. That means you're going to be acting as a coach. And if the leader is going to be acting as a coach, what is the leader doing? The leader is ensuring that he's able to or she's able to equip people in the teams to shift their orbits of performance. And how do they do that? They do that by transferring the wisdom that they have acquired over a period of time through various challenges that they have taken in. You can coach in different ways. You can coach on the job. When you're coaching on the job, what do? You give a person a task, allow that person to work on the task alongside you. However, you're showing that person how to do the task. That means you are the doer of the task and the person is observing you and is learning through observation. The second way of doing that is collaborating together on the projects, and at that point in time, you're actually doing a directive coaching where you're working together, and while you're working together, you are helping each other. You're also getting a feedback from that person, and you're also giving a feedback to the person. The third is a non-directive coaching where you're storytelling. What are you doing here? You're basically sharing a whole lot of different real-time stories, which could be yours, it could be someone else's real-time situations, and you're allowing the person to derive insights from it and choose what action to take. You aren't informing the person what action to take. But the last one is the best one, which is called shadow coaching. And in shadow coaching, what do? You give complete free hand to the person, and you allow that person to do the tasks, number one. Number two, you make that person come and sit alongside you in a particular meeting, allow that person to watch you, and at the end of the meeting, you ask that person, tell me 2 things you've learned. I do that very often with my team. Whenever I'm coaching, whenever I'm training, I call them over and I say, okay, sit by my side. This coaching is pretty transparent in nature, not a problem. Sit, observe, and then we get into a conversation of what did they learn out of it. Do that. If you're a leader, your fundamental task is to ensure that you groom your people well and then you empower them. What is the point in empowering them if you're not grooming them? Unfortunately, a lot of leaders are taskmasters. All they do is they give away the task, and under the whole idea of delegation, that means the task is given away to them, but the team member cannot do anything unless and until he checks back. Now, that's not a great way to work. That's not the way leaders work. Leaders give a complete free hand and allow people to work. Well, but the last thing is very crucial. If your team does fail, which they will, you carry the can. Because it is the leader's responsibility, end of it, to carry the can if things go wrong. And that's what it is. So thank you very much. That was Niket Karajagi from Atyasa Online, talking to you about leadership behaviors. I shall see you in the next podcast.